I'm just laughing at it. This is really hard to take seriously. Okay, so you guys are wearing cactus shirts, and let me venture to guess, you've never tried it. Yeah, obviously, that's why you bought the fuck. God, damn, you're retarded, dude. I'm starting to really hate dealing with people. Of course you don't know. Of course you don't know. That's why you buy it. This is scary. This is the cactus. It's that prickly stuff on. Okay. So first of all, I looked into the DEA studies for it. Actually, of all hallucinogens, there are very little studies done on long-term effects. I can show you a page of hallucinogens, but that's pretty broad. That can go from anything from ketamine to LSD abuse to mescaline, which are all very different. Now, the majority of things I found in researching long-term abuse, which is almost a laughable concept, I guess it happens, but to me it's laughable, of mescaline, the only thing I can find is peyote. Peyote is much stronger than, I've not tried peyote. Yes, you can. Okay, prove it. Than San Pedro. There's 3 types that vary in degree, and I think peyote is the strongest. Ayahuasca is the second. They could be tied, I'm not sure, but and San Pedro is far easier than that. I'll actually give you an account done by Fox News, so you'll love it, right? You'll at least think possibly it's accurate if you're conservative, of the guy's trip in Peru, and it's exactly what I did, and you can see if it sounds scary to you. He actually points to benefits, like his senses were more in tune after for several days, and he felt lighter, lighter sense of self and whatnot. Okay. Now, the problem is I'm actually unable to find long-term studies done on, studies done of long-term use of San Pedro specifically, which is the cactus that you're sporting. All I can find is long-term use of mescaline in the peyote form, which again is significantly stronger. And even in that case, it's going to say the same thing. It's going to say little is known, and really what they're citing is like any other drug. They say it's not physically addictive, but it's psychologically addictive, which I still find very difficult to fathom, because in my experience with San Pedro, it alleviates your need for anything, negative energy or alcohol, cigarettes, even weed. For several days, you eat super healthy, you have a lighter sense of self, things are just more on point for several days after. Although I will say I'm a little bit more distant from people just because I'm conserving energy, which is my experience. I've only done it 3 times, and one of the times it blatantly didn't work. So really legit, only done it 2 times, and I've only had 1 time where it was, I would say, a full-on experience. The other one was an experience, but not at all towards the degree of the first one. And none of them are bad. I can say nothing but positive things about these things. So I did look into long-term effects of peyote, which again is not the same. And it looks like all they're saying is that it's very vague. They're saying that there's a chance of getting addicted, just like anything else, and that they might revert back to a trip. Like they would say for LSD too. It's extremely rare that would ever happen. And I mean, it could be a timely thing, but I'm like, that'd be a freebie. That doesn't even sound bad if you've had a good experience. Sound pretty good, but I'm still waiting for mine. Nothing is kicked back in. Damn it. I was relying on those freebies. And if I were on these things, it would be very obvious. My eyes would be super dilated. I would not be doing this bullshit that I have to do every day. So you seem severely under-researched, as you're talking about, again, just like the Bromo Dragonfly statement, you're talking above your scope of knowledge. How do I know? Because the DEA doesn't even know. Okay? And everything else is just speculative. Well, and what they have to do is just clump it in with general things of all hallucinogens put together, which is a very unfair category, as there are some synthetic ones and ones varying of chemical components, and it's very hard to just go hallucinogens. This might be what happened, right? But can you imagine with any other drug? You could have something that your doctor writes you as a downer, and then now all downers, alcohol and heroin, it's all in the same category. No, right? Exactly. So it's very hard to give a sweeping notion of hallucinogens. This is the effect, but But for whatever it's worth, go ahead and research it yourself if you want to go find. I can't find it. The long-term effect. You're speaking outside of your scope of knowledge. It hasn't even been researched officially very much. So, because people generally don't get addicted to these things, it's extremely hard to get addicted to these things. I would think psychologically, because if you're listening to the drug, that's not your relationship with it. But, and on top of that, it is a very medicinal drug. And it has been used. Now, I did show you 2 studies saying that they're not linking hallucinogens to any increased rate of mental illness, or in fact, it's the opposite. These things are often used to treat things. For example, many people using ayahuasca, which is a mescaline derivative, do notice their depression gets way better. There's also been ways of conquering people's traumas, for example. Not what heals them. So, anyway, it's a cool shirt, but you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and you're clearly not coming from a personal place when you buy it. So everyone just talked. Go ahead, do the research yourself. I'll put up links of what I found, but knock yourself out. You have no idea what you're talking about. This is almost laughable to me.